Hi, and I'd like to build a trailer for my e-bike. I take this bike a lot of places and I've done over 6,000 kilometers. And I've only owned it for about 1.5 years. But having a trailer on the back would be really nice, then I could transport a lot of stuff. I'd like to make the frame of the trailer out of wood. This is recycled wood from a bed that I used to sleep on. And I just sawed it up on my table saw. It made a huge mess. I'm absolutely covered in sawdust. For the wheels, I'm thinking of using a bike tire or bike wheel like this. I have another one somewhere outside, I'll go look for it. Or using some wheels such as this. As for a hitch on how to connect it to the bike, I'm thinking something that bolts onto the rear axle. I'm not too sure how that's going to work, but I'll just make it up as I go. So first I'm going to build the main wooden frame of the trailer. I'm thinking of laminating some pieces of wood. I've already decided it's going to be about 1 meter long and about 80 centimeters wide, because that just barely extends past the handlebars of my bike. I don't want it to be too wide, otherwise I might hit the curb, and it might be difficult for other drivers to overtake me on the road. It's coming together quite nicely. I'm just taking a break at the moment, but I've got 3 layers of wood laminated on top of each other. The main frame is completed. It's very solid. I'm quite happy with this. I found some wheels I could use. These are actually off a kid's bike. I used to ride this bike when I was, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6. These were actually also used on a go-kart that I built about 2 years ago now. It's up on my YouTube channel. Wasn't really that good. Here it is. It's been sitting outside for about 1.5 years now. It's just a pile of junk. I really need to get rid of it. I just disabled the coaster brake system in the rear wheel. Took the brake pads or whatever these brake shoe things out. So this can spin freely, and if I twist the sprocket nothing happens. It does not act as a brake or drive the wheel anymore. I greased up the bearings as well, and I'm going to do the same for the other wheel. I just finished fabricating some custom parts that I'm going to weld together to form the rear axle. It's slightly longer than the width of the frame, and these pieces will go something like that. Weld that on there, and then screw them onto the frame. And then on the end I'm just going to weld the axle of the wheel straight on. Hopefully that will work. I have the mounting brackets welded to the main axle. Not the best welds, but I'd say they're passable. It's about half an hour later, and that's one trailer axle fabricated. I'm actually really surprised how well it turned out. It seems really solid. The welds are questionable, but they seem to hold. Yeah, I'm more than confident this will be good enough for my project. I will be storing this trailer outside because I don't have room for it inside, so I'm going to give it a coat of black spray paint just to protect the steel from rusting. I'm going to pack up for today. I've got the frame polyurethane and the axle painted with black spray paint. It's the next day, and I've been spending most of the day trying to figure out how to create a hitch system, and I've come up with this. This hole bolts through the rear axle on the left, and this allows the hitch to swing in 2 ways. This is the trailer with 2 coats of polyurethane and a couple of coats of black spray paint on the axle. Looks pretty good, and it's pretty light as well. This thing up a hill. Seems to be alright. finally finished fabricating this linkage that goes from the trailer to the hitch. Now I just have to give it a paint job and it should be good to install. Sawing up some wood planks for the deck. After putting everything on the trailer, I took it on the road for a test and it performed really well. Here's Dad testing it down the driveway.
The brakes don't work, so just be careful.
Then later that day I towed it to work and got a friend to help me test it out. And now towing it with a 66cc motorised bicycle.
Okay, shut up. Your fault. Dude, watch the road. Okay, that'll go good.
Surprisingly, it actually went really well. The trailer didn't have any issues, and the engine was more than powerful enough to move our weight. Now here's me driving.
Whoa! Okay. Yeah, hook alright. Whoa, slow down. Yeah, thank you. Alright, she vibrates a lot. He lives right there. No, they're going. Yeah, it's his house. We're going in.
Then unfortunately on the way home the wheel fell off. A non-structural weld had failed which retains the wheel on. This was my genius roadside solution to get me home. Just have a wrench, bungee cord to the trailer to hold the nut that holds the wheel on. The trailer is fully completed now. The hitch and everything is painted. The deck is stained and varnished. And the wheel falling off problem has been resolved. I welded the hell out of that axle. It's even got a little fake license plate, just for laughs.